Okay, so I decided to take a look at the patient fortune, and I noticed a few things. I can upgrade the hull, right? And I can upgrade our RAM. Increases RAM damage and reduces damage suffered. RAM another fortune. So upgrade now. Over its centuries-long history, the flagship of the Von Valencias, the Patient Fortune, has undergone many modifications, learned new combat maneuvers, developed officer posts, improved flagship abilities at every rank to dominate the void and the expanse. Right.
Available abilities.
Torpedo control.
The flagship flies in a straight line, making a full U-turn at the end of its movement. Cooldown, from 1 to 3 rounds at random. Can only be used during the acceleration phase. Gives control of the nearest torpedo salvo, granting it 5 VMP. Only works on torpedo salvos that were launched on another turn. Cooldown, from 1 to 3 rounds at random.
Okay. Flagship. Hold a second. Is that me? Supreme Commander. So isn't he a naval officer? Hold on a second. Gives orders to the other post. So abilities, Supreme Commander. Abilities, Supreme Commander. No officer assigned to this post.
Skill required. Warp wave flows of immaterium cause the enemy ship to immediately turn 45 or 90 degrees depending on the ship's maneuverability. The enemy ship has suffered hull damage. This abrupt turn additionally deals damage.
does not affect ships larger than cruisers. Flagship next stop gains +2 extra range. While moving, flagship may make its next turn at 90 degrees instead of the usual 45. Reinforced shields. A chosen sector of the flagship's forward shields is reinforced until it suffers damage. Okay, so I'm still at level 1. I upgraded the hull using some scrap. And I upgrade the RAM. Arsenals. Auspex. Targeting data, granting 80% hit chance and 5% critical. So these are the components of the vessel. Got shields, 80% protection. We have a lathe pattern to a engine. We have port, battery. So we have a macro battery. These are macro cannons, fires 4 shots, doing 14 damage per shot. We have a dorsal meso macro cannon, short range, which fire 2 shots, dealing 14 damage per shot. We have a lance weapon, long range from 45 to 55 damage, that shows the enemy within a narrow firing arc. And then we have a torpedo tubes. Okay. Okay. Guess somewhere here. Okay. That was very interesting. Now, time for us to get underway. So, first place we're going to go. We're going to go try to pick up a navigator. Actually, we're going to go to Rykad Minors and see if we can pick up an engineer, because we don't have an engineer. I need to look for this Heinrich von Kallat guy. We'll get to that, but yeah, we need this. Somewhere in the system, I'm hoping we can find if we don't have an engineer, we're not going anywhere in the void. So we're going to go to that Rhinos Minors. Alright, so let's get underway.
Boat 3, do you copy? Finish the cleaning and return to the docking station.
All hands, stand by. Okay. Star systems.
The events of Warhammer 40,000, Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as the Coronis Expanse. This sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you will get a chance to visit. You will find yourself scouring the void in search of routes leading to new, uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the expanse. What you see before you is the map of one such system. Each star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest, then click LMB on it to initiate the event or open the planet view.
Okay. The guide. Make contact with Navis, okay? Astropathic station. Unidentified void ship. Okay. Alright. Well, I want to go here. Scan it. Lord, Captain, Astropathic Choirmaster Zachary is asking to speak with you via a private channel. Okay.
Greetings, your lordship. I can report that the choir is listening tirelessly to the Immaterium in the hope of picking up voices from the dynasty's ships or worlds. However, we have heard something horrifying instead. Amid the Immaterium's tumult, something is screaming. This scream is driving your choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hope of contacting any of the dynasty's worlds. It is coming from the Rykad system's astropathic station.
Okay. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Indeed not, and we meet under lamentable circumstances. My name is Zachary Wise and I am proud to be the choirmaster of your ship's astropathic choir. The duty I perform is to keep you in contact with the Expanse via astropathic messages sent through the warp by trained psychers.
Okay. I see. Okay. So he said that. So pick up voices. Mid-Immaterium tumult. Something is screaming. Alright. So what is the nature of the scream besides a scream?
We do not know, your lordship, but it has brought the Immaterium to a boil. It has always been a violent, roaring ocean that could spell doom to any who would consider stepping into its waters. Now, however, it has become a cradle of madness where expelled images fuse together, twisting and cackling, before crashing into the minds of all who perceive it. A mighty warp storm the likes of which I cannot recall rages in the Empyrean, and it fills me with terror.
Okay, so if the scream stops, will we be able to contact someone?
I humbly hope so, your lordship. Perhaps we will manage to send a call for aid to the Von Valancius worlds or one of the dynasty's allies.
Okay, we're going to pay a visit to that station then. Alright. A psychic scream is coming from the astropathic station. Alright, so we need to go here first.
The astropathic station is dead ahead of the void ship. It is motionless. There is lifeless silence across its vox frequencies. Its lights are out. Even those who have no warp sensitivity can feel the presence of death. It is here, lurking in the shadows. All of this makes reading the reports of the ship's astropaths, who claim to be hearing an incessant ghostly howl emanating from the station, all the more disturbing.
Astropathic Basin VX02537. This is the Von Valencia ship, Patient Fortune. Do you read me? Station is not responding. Perhaps there's no one left who can respond. Okay, we're going to deploy a scouting team.
The enforcers offered their prayers and proceeded to enter the uncanny station. What they saw inside was monstrous. Astropaths upon their thrones, not quite here, not quite now, smudged, as it were, across time. Servants reliving their horrible deaths again and again, only to be reborn out of ashes and blood into more agony a moment later. The warp manifested itself here, twisting the very nature of existence. The main hall was covered in a crust of psychic ice. A green-robed blind old man sat motionless upon a tall throne.
Oh.
He was quite literally embedded in the ice, yet he was still alive. And screaming.
Send Zachary Wise to the station with a squad of bodyguards.
Choirmaster Wise boarded the station in person and proceeded to the choir's hall. He stood silently for hours in front of a man frozen in ice, and held a telepathic conversation with him. Then Master Wise offered a prayer to the God Emperor, and the unfortunate man passed away. Upon returning to the ship, Wise reverently presented the Lord Captain with a grim trophy, the late Choirmaster's amulet, taken from his frozen body after his death.
Denial's a nightmare. Nice. If it's worn by a psyker, the wearer gains immunity to the horrors of the warp effect. Oh. That's potent.
The psychic shriek carrying across the immaterium has been silenced, but this has brought the crew no relief. A chilling realization came to the astropaths when they discovered that the cry was masking a different sound, one even more terrifying and surreal. It was the melody of a cataclysm born from a warp storm of titanic power, so intense that the entire expanse must be able to hear it. It muffles astropathic messages and crawls into psychers' minds, evoking everywhere the same image, a dark, gaping, beastly mouth cleaving the universe in two. Now that the mad choirmaster has finally stopped screaming, the song of the immaterium has reached the rogue trader's void ship too.
Okay, psychic. Let me see if I understand this correctly.
The psychic shriek carrying across the immaterium has been silenced, but this has brought the crew no relief. A chilling realization came to the astropaths when they discovered that the cry was masking a different sound, one even more terrifying and surreal. It was the melody of a cataclysm born from a warp storm of titanic power, so intense that the entire expanse must be able to hear it. It muffles astropathic messages and crawls into psychers' minds, evoking everywhere the same image, a dark, gaping, beastly mouth cleaving the universe in two. Now that the mad choirmaster has finally stopped screaming, the song of the immaterium has reached the rogue trader's void ship too.
Now what? Okay, I'm going to order the station to be explored.
A brief and chilling chronicle of the station's doom was found in the scribe's records. A warp disturbance of monstrous proportions wiped out half of the choir at once, turning the astropaths into living portals through which torrents of the immaterium's energies poured out. Those who lasted longer bellowed and howled about a black rift that had split the universe into before and after, and a darkness that would devour the Astronomican's light.
Brief chilling chronicles of burn everything. Eternity of suffering. A warp disturbance of monstrous. Wiped out half of the choir at once. Eternity aspects. Living portal. Okay. So right now there are living portals. Burn everything! Void torpedoes shatter the fragile station. One can only hope that the unfortunate souls captured by the warp have perished along with their home. Yeah, I don't want to trap them in there like that. Yeah, hopefully that destroyed it. Alright. Right. Getting scanned. Okay, starport, extract them. A mobile mining outpost assembled in accordance with the blessed standard template construct. Small industrial complex can be deployed on any world, however inhospitable. The Surf Clan Science will devote itself to maintenance of a sacred mechanism and extraction resource needs. So all right. Right. Right clicking on the result of a roll in the combat log. Right.
Gain true vision. Renounce false sight. All will be revealed.
Oh, great. What did
Gain true vision. Renounce false sight. All will be revealed.
Starport greets you with a din of ordnance, smell of explosives. A tickle my nostril. It's difficult to tell through the smoke who's firing at whom.
Among the cracked rockcrete and bent plasteel, you notice a man in the warden's uniform. He stares at the gleaming gold of your shuttle in surprise.
Did the governor send his personal guards? No matter. What are you standing there for, meat? Are you waiting for the rebels to blast your bucket again for good measure? The skies over the capital are blocked by enemy fire, all aerial traffic has been halted. What pest gave you clearance to deploy? Ha, by all the saints. I'm Sergeant Malgar, and you lot report to me now. Straighten yourselves out and drag your arses after me. I'll map out a defense sector for you.
By the end of his tirade, the sergeant's voice grows quieter as his eyes focus on your expensive gear.
Ha, by all the saints. I'm Sergeant Malgar, and you lot report to me now.
Yeah.
Straighten yourselves out and drag your arses after me. I'll map out a defense sector for you.
By the end of his tirade, the sergeant's voice grows quieter as his eyes focus on your expensive gear.
By the holy throne, what is this mess? They're in a tough spot, old man. Go easy on them. Abelard, enlighten this rabble about the proper manner of greeting the God Emperor's chosen. You stand before a rogue traitor, Von Valencius, you ignorant worm. Snap to the attempted this instance. Gave your lord just your formal report.
With a mixture of awe and terror, he snaps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin like an exemplary soldier, and barks.
My mistake, sir. At once. The starport is under the control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter commander is Serhea.
Good lord! That guy!
A frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you.
Pardon me, sir. Sergeant Lasse Malgar reporting. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve?
Some dirty dog-nosed shot to my shuttle!
Affirmative, your lordship, sir. It's all those damned rebels. Those maggots somehow got their hands on an anti-aircraft battery and it's causing our shuttles no end of trouble. That thing really packs a punch. You're lucky they missed you. I've seen them fry 2 shuttles carrying reinforcements, not a soul survived.
What happened there exactly?
Unrest, sir. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower levels sparked, then it went up the spires. They hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, the mag train stations. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priests linked to satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Rykad Majoris. The governor took precautionary measures and ordered to increase security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double the warden details. The alarm was raised, and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. There is fighting in the capital, but we're holding strong, giving no quarter to the rebels. The Emperor protects.
The sergeant's voice is brimming with daring confidence.
Okay. Alright. So you're doing a fine job. Okay. Alright. Who are you?
Sergeant Lasse Malgar, sir. 11th generation loyal soldier of House Winterscale, awarded 3 commendations for faultless service. Ever since the olden days, his lordship the rogue trader has recruited soldiers and shipwrights on Rykad Minories, so there is no greater honor for a Rykadian than serving his lordship with diligence.
Alright, what caused the rebellion? Any idea?
Ill thoughts, sir. We've fallen on hard times, the ground keeps shaking, things keep exploding. The people are scared, they've forgotten all about their duty. And that's when those, Emperor forgive me, preachers, came. They started riling everyone up. Sure enough, we shot a few, but they just kept coming, more and more of them.
Alright. Well, I cannot leave you and your people without aid. My reinforcements will be sent from my ship. I live to serve, Sergeant so astonished. He pokes up the man in words. Won't fail, we won't forget. We'll be praying to the Emperor for you. Okay. You know if a member of the Inquisition has come here?
At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face fills with awe.
I don't know, sir. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at the headquarters, your lordship, sir.
I'm going to see the governor.
If I may report, sir, as long as the rebels keep shooting their damned anti-aircraft battery, there is absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous.
I understand.
I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will voxcast orders to them to wait for you. And I'll inform headquarters they better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here.
Of course.
Idira frowns as her gaze grows distant, as if she is looking through the sergeant.
You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know, the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rank and epaulets won't save you from the bitterness.
Ah, I see. Yes, best listen to her. Got a lot of blood hands. Yours than others. Right.
Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head round these fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but, trust me, I'll fight till my last drop.
Alright. Same hand that suits you now might falter. Won't save you from the bitterness. Sorry. Right. Path ahead dangerous.
Nothing good.
The sergeant sighs heavily.
Those bastards will shoot anyone walking the streets. Our own troops were ordered to fire without warning. You better move with caution, sir. On top of everything else, we mined the streets when we were pulling out.
Great. Logic test succeeded.
His remark about mines lodges itself in your memory. More than anything, you will need to watch the ground and not your surroundings. You'd rather risk a shot from a rebel or a jittery soldier than experience a few handfuls of lethal frag shrapnel resting on top of some 300 grams of explosive Feisline.
Right, okay. What's that, priest?
A very important person from the Adeptus Mechanicus arrived on the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. He kept on asking whether anyone by the name of Amarant or Amarnat or something like that had recently arrived. Barely answered any of our questions, though, said he was under no obligation to tell us anything. He demanded to talk to the governor personally, so I had to send a quarter of my troops with him to keep trouble at bay.
Right. I don't know what to say about this. Pardon me, finally, but I can't get... Alright, fine. I don't understand. You're a fool. The governor who was safe and sound in the rear. Left you for dead. Here you are preaching about glory. Fine. No. Good soldier. Look to serve. Yeah. We're up. So the side of leaf turns the soldier, spits out booming series of commands. Yeah, look on him. Okay. On travels, you will hear many rumors. Those of them that are deserving of the rogue trader's attention are logged, separate section of the journal. Sometimes rumors are just that. Other times there's truth to them. In some cases, there may be even more. Verify a rumor. Travel to the place indicated on the rumor's description.
While traversing the Corona's expanse, as the rogue trader, you are bound to hear rumors regarding your own deeds and exploits, some of which reflect the reaction of the expanse's denizens to choices you have made.
Looks like they're fighting.